Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Karen Crossan Photography YouTube channel. So today we are headed over to the Indian Rock Camp. If you go online, for some reason it says it's in Hesperia. Personally, I think it's more Lake Arrowhead, but I digress. So I've gone ahead and taken the liberty to pull up some information on this area because I was just so curious about it. There was a website I actually wanted to read off of that seemed, maybe it just loaded, you guys. I think it did. Awesome. Yes. Okay. So good. I was going to read from one site that I found, but I would prefer to read from this one. So I pulled this off of, I believe this is a WordPress account, but it's called Historia Obscura. And it says here, the title is called The Serrano Indians and the Indian Rock Camp. I believe the author of this article shows Jay Hanna. So thank you to Jay Hanna. Anyway, so let's get right into it. It says, today, most people do not think much about acorns, except to put these in the category as being beautiful objects to collect on nature walks. Crafters might use acorns to create a fall or winter decorations, but how many people actually think about eating acorns? About 300 years ago, there were no grocery stores in Southern California, and Native American tribes had to hunt and gather all of their food. Survival depending on rudimentary concerns such as food and shelter, but people still managed to enjoy life. Actually, the simple life probably had more perks to it over the hectic and chaotic schedules that us modern people live. Acorns were a staple food for the Serrano Indians of the San Bernardino Mountains, and they even used the caps of the acorns to fashion dice for games that they played. However, how does someone go about eating an acorn? First off, it has to be cracked open and then soaked in water because it has a very bitter taste due to the tannic acid in the meat of the acorn. The Serrano Indians had camps near groups of large acorn trees since these were their main source of food. The Serranos are known by their Spanish name, which means mountain dwellers, but in their own language, they referred to themselves as, please forgive me, I'm going to mispronounce this, Yuhavatam, which means people of the pines. The Serranos were hunters and gatherers who caught small game, but their main source of grains consisted of grinding acorns and piñon nuts. Acorns were cracked open with rocks and soaked in water to leach out the bitter taste. After the bitter tannic acid was drained from the acorn meat, it was ground into a fine acorn meal used to make flatbreads. The place where the Serranos ground their acorns were on large rocks, which are called metates in Spanish. The Indian Rock Camp is located in the San Bernardino Mountains, and a plaque was dedicated to the Serrano people by the Lake Arrowhead Women's Club in 1938. Side note, not in the article, just me speaking here. I did get to see that plaque, and I thought it was really cool. It's really sad, though. I believe someone shot at it with a gun because you can see bullet holes in the actual little monument, which is really tacky and sad. Anyway, back to the article. Below is a video showcasing the photography of the Indian Rock Camp where the Serranos used to grind acorns, which I've got that in this video here that you're watching. There they are, right there. Those are the ones. Unfortunately, there is most certainly a dearth of printed or online information on the Serrano Indians, but perhaps someone will publish a book with more research and information in the near future to fill in some of the gaps. Yeah, that sounds like a call for me. Anyway, so that is that off of that place, the article I read from. If you want to check it out for yourself, just to fact check me if you wanted to, the website is www.historia, which is Historia, obscura, obscura.com. And it should pop right on up. Here is another article that I was going to read from. Let's kind of scroll down here. Try to give you guys an idea of how to locate it without reading a bunch of touristy stuff. This one that I'll be reading from is discover.hubpages.com/sports//Lake Arrowhead. Here we go. The Indian Rock Trail. About 3 miles north of Lake Arrowhead on State Highway 173, you can find the Indian Rock Trail. To get there, you will need to park your vehicle across the street from the trailhead. Make sure to obtain an adventure pass so you can park your vehicle off-road in the San Bernardino Mountains. Adventure passes can be purchased at the main ranger station in Lake Arrowhead, which can provide even more information on trails and camping. Okay, so side note, not in this article, just me talking. I did not purchase an adventure pass. I went here and it didn't cost a dime. So there was just a little place to park, and we just went off walking in through the woods. Let's see what else. This is more of a blog, so this author is sharing sort of their commentary. Here we go. I've already read that to you guys. The Indian Rock Camp was the ideal location since there were so many large rock outcroppings to work with. It is magical to touch the holes ground into these rocks and to realize women made these over 200 years ago, and that these holes made the acorn meal used to sustain the Serrano people. This acorn meal was made into a tortilla like food bread and mush, which the Serranos also ate along with rabbits, piñon nuts, and other wild game, native plants in the region. I believe that is, oh, here we go. So the next time you think the lake is the only attraction in the San Bernardino Mountains, please check out some of the trails, natural sights, and wildlife sounds the mountains have to offer. Luckily, the Indian Rock Camp is one of the areas that was not burned by the fires in 2003 and 2007, so it is still accessible and easy for people to visit. I hope you enjoy your next trip to the Lake Arrowhead vicinity. But yeah, there isn't really much on this rock camp, I have noticed, and another author had noticed, which I think may be the same author here on these two different sites. But I highly recommend going and checking it out. It was so cool and so fun. It is a bit of a hike to get to, but it's all downhill. So going to the rock itself, or the rocks, where the holes are that they ground the acorns, super simple and easy to get to. It's downhill. However, when you want to leave, you've got to walk uphill the whole way. That was a bit challenging, but it is healthy for you and good for you. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you are in Southern California, or San Bernardino in Southern California, I hope you check this area out. Really awesome. I'm so glad that I got to go see it. And I guess I will see you guys on the next adventure. Bye.
And kicking bird. Kicking bird. Kicking dog.